When fans look at boxing's calendar, it's easy to circle the blockbuster pay-per-view events that dominate headlines. Canelo Alvarez's next opponent, Tyson Fury's heavyweight battles, or Naoya Inoue's march through the lower divisions. Yet, one of the great joys of being a boxing fan is finding those fight weekends that slip under the radar but still deliver high-drama, unforgettable moments, and career-defining performances. This weekend is shaping up to be one of those gems, with a handful of matchups that could alter divisional landscapes and elevate fighters into stardom. At the forefront of the action is the junior middleweight showdown between Sebastian the Towering Inferno Fundora and Tszyu, a fight that has the makings of a potential Fight of the Year candidate. Fundora, standing an astonishing 6 feet 6 inches tall in a division filled with men nearly a foot shorter, is a stylistic anomaly. Conventional wisdom would suggest he should box from the outside, using his reach to pick opponents apart. Instead, Fundora has made his name by doing the opposite, crowding inside, throwing relentless combinations, and overwhelming his foes with activity. His victory over Erickson Lubin in a brutal war in 2022 showed his heart and toughness, but his stunning knockout loss to Brian Mendoza in 2023 reminded fans that his aggressive style comes with risks. Coming into this fight, Fundora knows he must prove he can bounce back, tighten his defense, and re-establish himself as a major contender in the ultra-competitive 154-pound division. Across from him is Tszyu, son of Hall of Famer Tszyu, who has methodically built his career outside of the US spotlight. Tim has faced constant comparisons to his legendary father, but over the past 2 years he has started to carve out his own reputation as one of the most punishing pressure fighters in the sport. His blend of body punching, composure, and consistency has made him the face of Australian boxing. While Tszyu has beaten quality opposition, skeptics in America have questioned whether he belongs at the world level. This clash with Fundora is his chance to silence doubters once and for all. A win here could set up unification bouts with Jamel Charlo or open the door to becoming a true global star. Stylistically, Fundora versus Tszyu promises fireworks. Tszyu thrives on closing the distance and working the body, but Fundora won't hesitate to meet him in close quarters despite his massive reach advantage. Both men are aggressive, both are durable, and both pride themselves on their toughness. It's the kind of fight where momentum could swing wildly, and fans are almost guaranteed action from the opening bell. But the weekend isn't only about Fundora and Tszyu. Fans will also witness the highly anticipated return of Jesse "Bam" Rodriguez, one of the sport's brightest young stars. At just 24 years old, Rodriguez has already captured world titles in 2 weight divisions and has become a fan favorite for his fearless attitude and slick boxing style. Nicknamed Bam, Rodriguez burst onto the scene in 2022 when he moved up in weight on short notice to defeat Carlos Cuadras for a world title. He then defended it against Srisaket Sor Rungvisai, another established name, proving he belonged among the elite. Unfortunately, injuries briefly slowed his momentum, leaving fans eager to see whether Rodriguez could return to form. This weekend marks his comeback, and although his opponent may not be a household name, the fight is vital for his career trajectory. A sharp, dominant performance would put him right back into the conversation for major unification fights at super flyweight and beyond. Insiders already view Rodriguez as a potential pound-for-pound star of the future, but consistency and health will determine whether he fulfills that promise. Beyond these headline names, the weekend's schedule is filled with intriguing bouts for diehard fans. Several prospects look to extend their unbeaten records and edge closer to title contention. Regional cards in the US, Mexico, and Asia will showcase rising talent hoping to break through. And with the unpredictable nature of boxing, it's often these smaller shows that deliver the biggest surprises, last-minute knockouts, shocking upsets, or breakout performances that force the boxing world to take notice. What makes weekends like this so exciting is the mixture of narratives. Fundora is fighting for redemption, Tszyu for validation, and Rodriguez for renewed momentum. Each of these men has everything to gain and everything to lose. For Fundora, another defeat could push him into gatekeeper territory. For Tszyu, a loss might undo years of careful building. For Rodriguez, anything less than an impressive return would dampen the hype that has surrounded his meteoric rise. Boxing thrives on these moments. The crossroads fights, the comebacks, the nights when the spotlight may not be the brightest, but the stakes are every bit as real. Fans who tune in this weekend are in for a treat. Whether it's the brutal phone booth exchanges between Fundora and Tszyu or the dazzling technical brilliance of Rodriguez, the action is guaranteed to deliver. So while casual observers may be waiting for the next mega event, true boxing enthusiasts know better. They'll be watching closely, knowing that these under-the-radar weekends often end up producing the highlights that define a season.